I'm all discombobulated. Sorry about that, folks. my, I don't know if you can hear my music at all. Well, we'll get there. I don't have my stream deck up, so I'm kind of a little discombobulated. But we'll get there. And why is that not doing the thing it's supposed to do? Okay, there we go. That should be all right. It's just because it's low. All right, if the music's too loud or not too thingy. Hi, everybody. I know it's been a while, and I know I said I was on hiatus, but I wanted to do my part for, well, I'm sure y'all pretty much know who I'm voting for. But I wanted to do my part because I really do believe that people need to participate in our democracy, or else we're going to lose said democracy. And so I wanted to do a register to vote because this is actually, this is probably about the last week that you can really get in most states, that you can get your voter registration done. Well, you got 2 weeks, really. Because 30 days before the election is October 7th. So I wanted to do something today to help people get through, and I know I'm all about like body doubling and such. So basically, I wanted to be here and be available for folks to talk about the election and to help you register to vote if you haven't done it already and would like help with it, or just like be a body double while you do it. It's not really difficult. It's just that you just need to know what is what in your state. And what I have up right now, I needed to switch screens on my end too. Let me turn down that music a little bit. All right. So what I have up right now, this is the Rock the Vote map, and this is really great. This is really great because you just like click on your state, and I'll click on Florida, and voila, you have links to where to vote. You have your deadlines, and this is the most important part. You really need to pay attention to deadlines because, like in Florida, Monday, October 7th is the last day to register to vote, and you need to either do it in person or mail it in. You can do it online, but they do not have same-day voter registration. So these are things you want to be aware of. And Rock the Votes map is really good for that kind of thing. So we can go ahead, like if you want to know what's up with your state, we can go ahead and check it out here. I do know California's fairly well. So, because I was a poll worker in California once upon a time. They have a later online registration deadline, which is October 21st, which is great. They do have mail-in ballots as well. But you have to return, you have to actually, make sure you let them know that you want a mail-in ballot. I love mail-in ballots. And for the last 5-6 years, I've actually had to do my absentee ballot because I was living in Switzerland. So if people need to know about that process, I can talk you through it. Most places have a overseas voter registration site. It's usually called UOCAVA. And that is, oops, let me just fix my camera a bit there. So UOCAVA, UOCAVA, that's what I usually call it. But it's basically a thing where you should be able to get your overseas ballot if that's what you need. So, yes, I know this is focusing on the American election, but you know what? People need to register to vote. People need to do their civic duty. It's kind of a thing. So yeah, and if you have any questions, and also you can also talk to me too. Like if you've let me know if you've already registered to vote. Let me know how you're doing, and And we can catch up too, because, I know there's a lot of people probably wondering what's going on with me. If you're one of my followers and want to know, so we can go through some of that too. But yeah, mostly tonight is just chatting and hanging out and being chill. I can't promise that I won't crochet for a while, but I'll be here for a couple hours and we can chat and hang out. And there's something else I was thinking of and I can't remember. So yeah. So yeah, if people want to chat, and you can ask me all the usual stuff too. I'll do tarot readings if people want to. I don't mind doing that. So you just have to ask. Let's see, what else? What else is there? I don't remember. And yes, I'm kind of still it's like as usual. But yeah, so for those who are not on my Discord, and I'll probably talk about this again a little later as the stream goes on. Okay, my Irish visa has not come through yet, which it is what it is. Yeah, they're still behind, and it's been like 5 months, and the date for stuff still hasn't changed on their website. But I am. we discussed it with the lawyers, and basically, as long as I don't go to the Republic of Ireland, I can go wherever the heck I want. I can travel wherever the heck I want. So, because Sarah and I have gotten sick of not seeing each other, I am going to be going, and I can go to the UK for 6 months on a tourist visa. I am going to go to Northern Ireland at the end of October. Hey, Mom. Yes. Everybody say hello to my mom. Hi, Mom. Yes, everyone vote blue. We need it all down the ballot. And not just, nationally, folks. Like, you want to vote all the way down. I'm already registered and eager to vote. I'm tuning in because I haven't seen you in a while and was hoping you're okay. I am okay. I just kind of needed to take a break from streaming for a while, and I felt like I didn't really have much to stream about because I wasn't really actively writing, and I was mostly doing crocheting, and, it's, just kind of a thing, and I kind of needed a break. But yes, I'm doing okay. So as I was saying, and it's good to see you, female writer, and as I was saying, I am going to be going to Northern Ireland for 6 months at the end of October. And I'm going to be able to see my wife. I'm so excited. You don't know how excited I am. Oh my God. And yeah. I can't talk today. Yes, so I am very excited about that. I am so yeah, I am doing okay. I'm doing better. And now that I'm going to be being able to go see my wife for at least 6 months, because basically, if you don't know, Northern Ireland is part of the UK, but where our house is like an hour and a half from the border of Northern Ireland. Like, well, a little less than an hour and a half from the border of Northern Ireland. So, yeah, we're going to plonk me in Northern Ireland, and Sarah's going to come visit me during the week. She's gonna have to kind of commute back and forth, but she can like take long weekends and stuff like that. So, and just she can work from where I am as long as there's internet too. So, yeah, I can't tell you how excited I am to be able to see her again. Can't wait. So, and yes, everybody, Nancy Pondart is my mom. So say hi to my mom. She's very awesome. And yes, I think everyone should vote blue, at least I personally think so. Because I don't want Trump in there again. Blech. Thank you. And you should go check my mom's art out too. It's nancypondart.com. Or is it .org? No, .com. nancypondart.com. That's my mom's art website. Needs updating, but which we have to remember to do. But yeah, let me put it in here. So, yeah, well, I'm very, very happy to hear that you are registered and eager to vote, and I am so eager to vote. In fact, the reason why I'm not leaving until the end of October is that, so I had a little weirdness with my registration because I initially thought that I'd be in Ireland by now, but thank you. But so I actually registered as an overseas voter. And so I actually had to say, hey, my plans changed, and so I am. When are the ballots supposed to come out? And actually, I got my ballot just after I sent the email to the county clerk. And so basically they said I had to delete that email and not use it. And they said I could do early voting here because that starts on October 21st. So I'm probably going to leave not too long after that. But yeah, so that's why I'm not leaving until the end of October. It's because I need to do my early voting. Because there's no way in hell I am not voting in this election. And besides, I get to vote against Rick Scott, which is just as good, if not better, because Rick Scott's a twat. Let me tell you, there's a lot of people I'm really going to be happy to vote against in Florida. Just saying. I wish we could vote against DeSantis, but he's not up for election for another year or two, I think. A couple years, I think. So, yay. But yeah, I'm pretty much voting blue up and down the ballots. My mom has also been, she's much more politically knowledgeable around what's going on here than me, so I will trust her judgment. Oh, and another thing too, there's a Geek and Nerds for Harris event happening at 8 o'clock. Holy crap. Whoa. Okay, so and that's gonna have Linda Carter, George Takei, LeVar Burton, and more, including Will Wheaton, because I know Will Wheaton's supposed to be on that. That's where I heard about it. So we'll pop that up when that starts, and we can check that out as well. But you know, if people come on that need to know how to register to vote, we'll switch back and forth. I'll probably just leave the sound on for y'all. And I'll just have to turn on the desktop audio for that, I think. I'm kind of feeling a little discombobulated because I don't have my usual setup for streaming, because I'm already starting to kind of like clean different areas and like kind of start getting stuff together, because I'm going to have to start, because I need to pack. So yeah. Okay. But yeah, I've been trying to get out the vote, you know, like tell people like, you know, make sure you're registered, make sure you check your registration. Yeah. Because there's been a lot of states that have been purging voter rolls too. So like, I'm kind of glad that I double checked on mine too. Like, I am registered and I was still registered, but I'm glad I double checked about my ballot status. But at least I get to register to vote, and that's good. I mean, I get to vote, and that's good. So, and anybody who's on now, if you want to spread the word, about this stream, feel free. Um, I also have the above me. There's the election protection hotline. You might want to write that down to bring with you to the polls. Because no one. So basically, most states have the rule that anybody that is part of a campaign or wants to push for a particular campaign has to be in a 150-foot radius around the polling place. And nobody inside the polling place or within that 150-foot radius should be telling you how you should vote at all, or harassing you or threatening you. And that's what that number is for, 1-866-687-8683. Definitely have it somewhere, so just in case. It's not every state. Like, if you're in California, that's highly unlikely. And I was a poll worker in California, and they are very strict about that. Like, as a poll worker, you can't even have anything like that even looks like it could be supporting a particular candidate. And I also recommend that if you are voting in person, don't have anything on you that looks like, because technically it's not illegal, but a poll worker or somebody outside, like a poll worker, could mistake you for someone who is trying to tell, for an activist or something, and you don't want to be kicked out of line. The biggest thing too is if you are voting in person, especially on election day, you got to be ready for the long lines, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be another thing where it's going to be a lot of long lines, because there's a lot of people registering to vote, which is good. I mean, hey, I'm not knocking it. But you definitely want to bring like some snacks and some hydration, maybe even a chair, if you're like me and have sciatica and can't stand for long periods of time, because you do not want to be kicked out of line. Most states, not all, but pretty much all states, have the rule that if you are in line when the polls close, you'll still be able to vote. And they'll come and check you in the line and everything. So, if you want to vote, stay in line. Stay in the line, and you'll get there. Also, if there's anybody who is some of my international folks who are like super confused about what the heck is going on with this election, please feel free to ask me questions. I will give you answers to the best of my ability. And hydration is good. I'm not saying there isn't going to be some crocheting at some point, just to take a break, but I'll vote blue for the federal level at least. Some of the local candidates for state level stuff tend to be mixed. Yeah, and you really need to be careful too, because a person, there's a YouTuber that I watch called Tabitha Speaks, and she's really good. I like her a lot, and she did bring up the point today too, like you're saying, that you really need to research the candidates too. Because some of the, there are some, like the example she gave is like one in Georgia, where there's a Republican candidate and a supposed Democratic candidate who's actually really a Trumper running under the Democrats. So it's more of like you really kind of need to make sure you do your research. Also, and part of that, most states also give you this nice big booklet of what all the ballot measures are and who's running, and gives little bios for the people who are running, or in their websites, mostly. I know California does it, Florida does it. I think most states do have that. And if they didn't get yours, check your local library. They'll probably have copies to give out. Other places would be like your city halls. Where else? Public places. So libraries, city hall, probably and the post office too, I believe, will usually have them. Some post offices, but I'd say libraries are probably your better bet. But yeah, yeah, I have to ask my mom here because we haven't gotten our. Well, I haven't gotten our. Well, I should have gotten one, but it did. It got mixed up. But yeah, I'm just asking my mom here because my mom knows who's who. And but we'll also be finding our own copies of those booklets for here. So, and I know in Florida, I'm going to be voting yes on Prop 3 or Question 3, which is yes for legalizing. I think Question 3 is legalizing marijuana, so I'm voting yes on that. And then Question 4, it's propositions in California, questions in Florida, I think. Question 4 in Florida is, oh no, Question 3 is the marijuana one. Yeah. Question 4 is legalizing abortion, and I am also voting yes on that. So, so if anybody's from Florida, yes on 3, yes on 4. Yeah. So, and okay, one of my thingies is coming through. Why isn't the other ones coming through? I guess that doesn't matter. So, I'm really liking Harrison Walsh as a ticket. And Tim Walsh is hilarious. I love him. He's just so funny. I just love, like, he was at, I saw a video from his group on Instagram, and he was at a diner or something. Ooh, excuse me. And he had and they had a sign that says "Mind your own biscuits," because that something like the rest life is gravy or something like that, like because it makes life gravy or something. I don't know. It was very cute, and he was like all excited, and he had to take a picture of it with everybody, and it's really, really, really cute. Yeah. So yeah, female Reddit. That's a good point. You gotta really check your peoples. Check the peoples. Make sure that they are legit. Oh. So. Okay. What else was I talking about? I don't remember what I was gonna talk about. The. Sorry, I'm just checking my emails and some social media stuff. So, I'm not like thinking of doing sprints per se. I'm just gonna like hang out and stuff. So if people just want to chat or whatever, that's fine. Could show you my latest crochet project, which has been a lot of fun. I have a friend of mine. I'm making this for a friend of mine, and it's gonna be a bandana, but I don't know if you can see. I don't know if there. Eesh. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if that does it justice, but it's I've been doing more complicated crochet patterns recently, and so this one actually isn't that bad. But I did do one that was like had these shells and flowers and treble crochets. Yeah, it looks really cool. I'm really happy with it, and I'm very excited to get it done. Like I said, it's for a friend of mine, and yeah. And I've been doing much more like thread crochets. I've been using more of this kind of the size 10 threads, which has been really neat to do. It's actually been really neat to do that kind of crochet. I did a bunch of snowflakes too. I know most people saw me doing those. It's been fun. So yeah, that last bandana I made had fans and flowers, and like they were like 15 treble crochet fans, and then these like puff stitch flowers, and it was really pretty, and it's in pink and red. That one's done, but that's in the other room, and so I will that's in the other room already, so I'll have to. I had a thought, and it just went away. But that's okay. So, yeah. So that's mostly what I've been doing is crocheting. I even started. Let's see what the other. Let me get the other one out. I also started this one, which is going to be a witch's hat eventually. Let's see. Come on here. So I bought this yarn, and it's a fingering weight. Is it fingering weight? No, it's sock weight. Well, fingering sock. But I got this color for Halloween, and so it's gonna end up being a witch's hat. And I started making it, and it's getting there. I'll have to stiffen it up somehow, but I think I know how I'm gonna do that. But yeah, it's gonna be cute. Gonna be the pattern itself calls for a heavier weight yarn, but since I have 1,000 yards of this particular colorway, it's gonna be fine. I just get to go until I run out of yarn, basically. That's Emperor. Hello. That's nice. Is it Washington State? There is a state that did pass automatic registration at 18, and like basically, I think it was Washington State. It was either Washington State or Oregon that has that now. That's nice that you don't have to register to vote. I wish we didn't have to register to vote. I wish it was just automatic registration as soon as you turned 18. That would be nice. Yeah. Hi, Emperor. How are ya? Hope you're doing good. It's been a while. Yeah, I think it was Washington. Well, hey, you know what? Let's look. Because it would say so on here. Come on. Thank you. General election. Okay, maybe it wasn't Washington. But they do have same-day voter registration, which is kind of nice. I know one of these states passed that, and I don't remember which. Now I'm going to have to look it up. Voting registration is automatic, so in Finland, the government automatically registers you to vote. Hey, I wish we had that here. Here we go. Oh, okay. There's actually a few states. Okay, there's actually a few states, and they do it when you do things like get your driver's license. So they'll just automatically register you to vote if you. It's called the motor voter thing. But you can opt out. But they'll. So some states will be just automatic. They automatically register you vote regardless. For other states, it's like for here you opt in to you can vote, you can opt in to register to vote while you get your driver's license. So, but there are a few states that will do it when you go get your ID. I think I see a pattern. What we make the government do for us has to be done by yourself in the U.S. Pretty much. That's pretty much true, Emperor. I registered when I was naturalized. Cool. Yeah, I'm actually what I'm really excited about when I finally go home is that even though I will be so when I finally move to Ireland to our house proper, I will be able to vote in local elections. So for the town elections, and I think the county. I won't be able to vote for national elections in Ireland or the EU until I become a citizen, though. So I'm really excited about that because, like, that's really nice. Because, like, Zurich does not have that. Zurich, you have to be a citizen to vote. So in Switzerland, you have to be a citizen to vote. But yes, Emperor, you are essentially correct. It's really kind of a pain in the butt. I really wish there was just automatic registration to vote as soon as you turned 18. Or if you're not a citizen, you would I wish that they would let people vote when they have a green card, and actually there are some towns in the U.S. that do let you vote if you have a green card. That is also true, Emperor. That is very true. I could live on Ireland and work there, to my knowledge, since I'm an EU citizen. Yes, that is correct. Sarah has that privilege for Ireland specifically just because she's a UK citizen. Although she doesn't have the EU thing anymore, which she is really kind of annoyed about. But once she becomes an Irish citizen, that's not going to matter anymore. Not that we're going to move anyway, ever again. I really don't want to move again, ever. Because, we bought a house. So, as my mom likes to call it, we found our forever home. So. But yes, it will be nice to be an Irish citizen once it gets to that point. I think it's 5 years for us. 5 years after my first visa goes through is when I can apply for citizenship in Ireland, which is very cool. So yeah. Most states these days have it where you can register to vote as you get your driver's license or your state ID. Ireland is so far away that if it gets threatened, something has gone very wrong. Yeah, for real. For real. But yeah, I'm like I said, I'm really excited that I'm gonna be able to actually vote in my town elections, which is really kind of cool. I think that's pretty nice compromise there. So, I do plan on switching over to the Geeks and Nerds for Harris video once it starts up. Just to remind everybody. That's going to be starting at 8. and it's going to have Linda Carter and George Takei and Will Wheaton and a whole bunch of people. So that's something I want to put out there. Yeah. I figure, I decided to do this just to kind of do, just kind of update people too and say hi to folks. But also, I want to do my part, and I also like to do register to vote stuff. And I was like, oh, hey, you know what? I could do it on Twitch. Hooray. I actually, when I was in California, I actually did work for the Democratic Party. I volunteered for the Democratic Party in Florida, and not in Florida, in California. So, and like I said, I was a poll worker in California, so I know a little bit more about some of the process than the average do. I actually kind of miss being a poll worker. I really liked it. It was fun. It was really interesting to watch people come in and guess who they were going to vote for. I do my part since I can already see I will be locked up to prison camp for my novel in 20 years if I don't write. Yeah, that's a good motivator. Yeah, we don't want... We'd rather not have dictators and fascists things. So... And yeah, I remember, I was kind of angry when Joe dropped out, Joe Biden dropped out. But I think the way they've handled that and the way Harris's campaign has gone has been really good. So I'm hopeful now. I've had a lot more hope about the way the U.S. is than I have in a long time. I actually felt much more hopeful. I felt like it's like her campaign feels more like it was when Obama ran, which was kind of nice. Yeah, although, what the thing that still kind of ticks me off about that whole situation is that his age was a problem, but Trump's wasn't. Yeah. So, for Democrats and for progressives and stuff, Joe Biden's age was a huge issue, but it wasn't an issue on the Republican side and for Trump. So that really kind of ticked me off in that respect. But, I see the wisdom of it now. And, and I'm not gonna hold a grudge around how it happened. I kind of disagree, and oops, sorry. Sorry folks, didn't mean to hit my thing there. I kind of disagree, because there are politicians with experience that, who have experience that should be there, and I don't subscribe to ageism around that. But if, yeah, because, Kamala Harris is in her 60s, so, yeah. I mean, it just depends on the person, I think. Yeah, but I don't think, in 4 years, when she probably will be 65, I think. Yeah, exactly, female writer. I think it depends on the person. And there are some people that should have given up the ghost a long time ago. I can't argue that at all. I mean, Mitch McConnell, he should have been gone a long time ago, especially when he first got sick. There's a number of them in the House and the Senate that it's you really, if you're not feeling well and you're not you know, you're not there for most of the voting and all that, probably should like give up the ghost. Just gonna probably time to retire, hang out, you know, use that government pension and take some time off, right? Like, especially Mitch McConnell is just like, dude, really? Like, come on, Mitch. It's time to retire. Although he is retiring this time around, if I remember correctly. I know he's not. I know he said he wasn't going to run again. But he's not the only one that's just like, it's just kind of like, dude, yeah, it's time. But I think for some people, like, there's the power thing there that, you know, they don't want to give up their power. But I also don't think, you know, older folks should be just summarily kicked out because they do have a lot of experience. So it's kind of a mixed bag, I think. I really liked Bernie's speech at the DNC convention. That was really good. So, oh, goodness. Wow, who knew just like rattling on about politics would take up so much time? Let's see, where are we at now? That's 17 minutes. Well, I live next to a 70-year-old who should have kicked the ghost like 5 years ago, but I guess that person is going to die in office. Oh. You know, there have been people who've spent their lives in the House or the Senate and died in office too. You know, for me, it's like, it depends on the person. You know, if they seem up for it, they seem like they are still going strong and still fighting the good fight, I'm okay with them staying in. But if, you know, somebody like Mitch McConnell where they kind of like jumped the shark, yeah, no, we're good. I'm done. I guess to put it another way, I don't really want to participate in ageism because there's a lot of ageism in the U.S. So, especially since I'm getting older and I don't want to be a victim of ageism either. So, I don't see it as ageism. I just want people who are still fully sane and not, you know. Yeah, fair point. Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, I would also retire on politics in 65 if I ever go into it. That's pretty reasonable. You know, and I think that is also like dependent on the person as well. You know, I think most sane people anyway know when it's time. And I think we've had enough we've had politicians where they do know that yes, it's time for them to go. Yeah, and I think in the U.S. that's very true for the younger generation to take the mantle now. I think it's very much time that Gen X and younger stepped up and did the thing. Yep, I agree with that. Especially since, you know, the policies that, you know, define my childhood just don't work anymore. Yeah. I know. That's why you have us to do the voting for you, my dear. So that we make sure that we put in somebody sane so that y'all can breathe a little easier over there. That's why I want Harris to get in. I really, really want her to get in so bad. It's just like, ugh. I will feel better knowing that the U.S. is going to be okay if Harris gets in. I do like the fact that the campaign isn't going the Hillary Clinton route, where they're basically saying, hey, you know, this fight is not done. There's no guarantee that we'll win. We are the underdogs in this race, which is true. So, as long as the country east of me gets kicked back to its land and dismantled for good, I'm fine with it. Yeah. I feel ya. Oh, excuse me. Oh. So. Yeah. I had a headache earlier today. It's gone now. Yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping that with Harrison it would start calming things down elsewhere. It would definitely send a message, especially after coming off of the French election, and stuff like that. And Britain's election for the most part, although Labour isn't doing all that well, actually. So the Labour Party in the UK. So there's that. But if Labour doesn't start doing anything decent as far as their party is concerned, people ain't gonna put up with that. Brits don't put up with that kind of BS too long. Yeah, I think you're right. I think as long as the election goes with Harris, I think things will start working out. I think if Harris gets in for sure, I think that'll change the mood around the world, and then I think things will get better from there. And if she does get in, I'm pretty sure she'll be a 2-term president. I don't think she'll not be a 2-term. Yep, I agree. I'll hopefully be happy once January 20th. Same? Oh my god, I will have a party. As long as policy around Eastern European security stays safe. With Harris, I'm pretty sure that'll definitely be the case. Yep. With Harris, that'll definitely be the case. I don't think. Yeah. With Trump, it can go boom. Right. And I think if Harris gets in too, that'll help with the Israeli situation too. Because I know she's pretty adamant about getting a ceasefire done with them. So yep. Basically, the world needs Harris to be in office, in my opinion. I think it'll help a lot. And I'm also hoping that if Harris does get in and beats Trump, especially if she beats Trump by a good margin, that'll help get Trump out of the limelight. The ceasefire is when the eastern country stops existing permanently and is dismantled. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, but I think if Harris gets in, it's going to help with a lot of stuff. And I'm hoping that also helps Trump and Trumpism to fade away or at least implode on itself. So that would make me very happy, to be fair. In fact, Trump just like kind of faded away after this, which I doubt. I just hope there's not another January 6th, because that would really suck. Although I'm sure somebody's going to try because people are weird. Oh, here we go, folks.
Because Kamala Harris has always known who she represents.
This campaign is about who we fight for. We believe in a future where every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but to get ahead. Where every senior can retire with dignity. But Donald Trump wants to take our country backward, to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations and end the Affordable Care Act. But we are not going back. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
All right, folks, so this is the Geeks and Nerds for Harris live call. It is more primarily a fundraising call, but I thought it would be fun to watch.
In this election, we each face a question. What kind of country do we want to live in? There are some people who think we
turn
should
this
be
down a
a
little
country
bit.
of chaos, of fear, of hate. But us,
Right.
we choose something
I
different.
think we need to forcibly make sure they just develop the land they have. Yeah.
We choose freedom.
I tell you, I've had this song in my head for like weeks now.
The freedom not just to get by, but get ahead. The freedom to be safe from gun violence. The freedom to make decisions about your own body. We choose a future where no child lives in poverty, where we can all afford health care, where no one is above the law. We believe in the promise of America, and we're ready to fight for it. Because when we fight, we win. So join us. Go to KamalaHarris.com and let's get to work.
I'ma keep on running 'cause the winner don't quit on themselves.
Can y'all hear that okay? I might need to turn this volume up. There you go.
Hi there, I'm Keiko Genna, and I'm here to show you how to write letters to voters with Vote Forward.
This is a good thing to do
Vote Forward
too.
enables us to write
I have a friend who does that.
handwritten letters to voters in key states who have been historically underrepresented, people of color, young people, and other
Okay,
groups
great.
that campaigns
Thank you.
often overlook. Writing letters is effective, fun, and safe. All right, are we ready? Great, let's get to work. First, head over to votefwd.org to sign up. Then look for a confirmation email from the Vote Forward team. They just need to verify that you're not a bot, which may take 1 to 2 days. Okay, let's collect our supplies. You'll need a pen, ideally blue, and enough stamps and envelopes for each letter. Envelopes should be standard business size, and you'll also need access to a printer. Now, log into your Vote Forward dashboard. You'll be given the option to adopt 5 or 20 voters. Once adopted, your voters won't be assigned to anyone else, so it is important to follow through, but you don't have to do them all in one sitting. After you've adopted your voters, you can download and print the letter templates. Ready to write? Remember, each letter is personalized for a specific voter, so check the bottom of that letter for the voter's first name, and then write it at the top of the letter after Dear. Now, write 1 to 3 sentences about why you vote. So this is a chance to get a little creative, a little personal. Just keep in mind that nonpartisan messages are the most effective with these voters.
Yeah.
So avoid writing about a specific candidate or political party. I'm going to write, I vote because generations before me have fought so hard for the right to vote. I can't squander it now. Then, Sign your first name and last initial at the bottom of the letter. Address the envelope with the voter information listed at the bottom of the letter. Stuff your envelope with the letter, and then you can seal and stamp it, or wait until you're ready to mail. Rinse and repeat. Write the rest of your letters and store them somewhere safe. Don't forget to log back onto Vote Forward and mark your letters prepared. Then, if you're feeling fired up, write more. As the election draws near, keep an eye out for emails from
My
Vote
state is
Forward
so small,
announcing the exact
and I'm told
date when
hasn't
we'll
been
send our
read since
letters.
Nixon.
And on the mail date,
Are
send
you
your
in
letters.
Delaware,
Then
Rhode
log
Island?
back into Vote Forward and mark
Or
your
Rhode Island?
letters sent.
I used to live in Rhode
And
Island.
finally, snap a picture of your envelope stack and post it to inspire others to get involved. Get creative with it. Just make sure there aren't any full names or addresses visible in the photos. Happy election season. Thanks for doing your part.
Oh, yeah. I didn't live there, but I've been there a lot. That's cute. Oh, that's getting a little loud. Sorry.
As a prosecutor, I never asked a victim or a witness, are you a Republican or a Democrat? The only thing I ever asked them, are you okay? And that's the kind of president we need right now. Someone who cares about you and is not putting themselves first. I intend to be a president for all Americans and focus on investing right now in you, the American people. And we can chart a new way forward. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
The one thing
I am
Kamala
paying
Harris has
attention to
always
chat,
been
folks.
fearless.
I'm just crocheting as well.
As a prosecutor, she put murderers and abusers behind bars. As California's Attorney General, she went after the big banks and won $20 billion for homeowners. And as Vice President, she took on the big drug companies to cap the cost of insulin for seniors. Because Kamala Harris has always known who she represents.
This campaign is about who we fight for. We believe in a future where every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but to get ahead. Where every senior can retire with dignity. But Donald Trump wants to take our country backward, to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations and end the Affordable Care Act. But we are not going back.
I'm Ecuadorian immigrant and I can't vote for Kamala Harris.
This message.
Yeah. I get it. We'll vote for you. We're voting for you here. At least on my thing. We will vote for you. How about that? I'm voting in Florida.
Sometimes life is as much about the lessons you learn as the lessons
the
you
link I
teach.
just posted.
When I grew up,
and
community
welcome in,
was a way of
amazing,
life.
by the way.
My high school class was 44
The link I
was
just
related to half
posted
of
is
them.
the link for this if
I
you
learned
want to
to be
watch it in
generous
your
towards my
own
neighbors,
window.
compromise without
She reminds me of my
compromising
great
values,
commandant
and
Hugo
work for the
Chavez.
common good.
Yeah.
My dad was in the Army, and with his encouragement, I joined the Army National Guard when I was 17. I served for 24 years. I used my
Yeah,
GI benefits to go to
Harris
college
has made me
and
feel
become a
much
public
better.
school teacher.
This is the first time I felt
I
this
coached
hopeful about an
football and taught
election
social studies for 20
since
years.
when Obama
I tried
ran.
to teach my students
So
what small-town Nebraska taught me.
I'm very excited
respect,
to,
compromise, service to country.
very
And so
excited
when
to
I
vote
went
for
into
her.
government, that's what
Very
I carried
excited
with
to
me.
actually
I worked
be
with
able to vote.
Republicans to pass an infrastructure bill.
So we
Taxes
fixed
for
my
working
registration.
families,
So
signed paid leave into law. I codified abortion rights after Roe got overturned. Because I go to work for the common
let me
good.
turn this down a
But
little bit
enough
for
about
you,
me. Let's talk
So I
about
can-
you. Because that's what
so I can talk while the ads are going. But yeah. Yep. All right, let me just check some things here in the background going on. This letter writing thing that she's talking about actually is a really cool thing. I have a friend of mine that does this as well. So let me turn that up a bit. So, yeah. I would recommend that as well because it's pretty effective. My friend does postcards, but it's the same idea.
Let's collect our supplies. You'll need a pen, ideally blue, and enough stamps and envelopes for each letter. Envelopes should be standard business size, and you'll also need access to a printer. Now, log into your vote forward.
Okay, feel my writer. No worries.
The option to adopt 5 or 20 voters. Once adopted, your voters won't be assigned to anyone else, so it is important to follow them. But you don't have to do them all in one sitting. After you've adopted your voters, you can download and print the letter templates. Ready to write? Remember, each letter is personalized for a specific voter, so check the bottom of that letter for the voter's first name, and then write it at the top of the letter after Dear. Now, write 1 to 3 sentences about why you vote. So this is a chance to get a little creative, a little personal. Just keep in mind that nonpartisan messages are the most effective with these voters. So avoid writing about a specific candidate or political party. I'm going to write, I vote because generations before me have fought so hard for the right to vote. I can't spell.
I got spaghetti.
Name and last initial at the bottom.
I am still paying attention to chat. I'm just crocheting while we watch this. This is the Geeks and Nerds for Harris live call.
Seal and stamp it, or
So I'll turn up the volume a little bit more once they get back to. We got about 10 more minutes before they actually start the main part of the program.
prepare. Then, you're feeling fired up. Write more. As the election draws near, keep an eye out for emails from Vote Forward announcing the exact date when we'll send our letters. And on the mail date, send your letters. Then log back into Vote Forward and mark your letters sent. And finally, snap a picture of your envelope stack and post it to inspire others to get involved. Get creative with it. Just make sure there aren't any full names or addresses visible in the photos. Happy election season. Thanks for doing your part.
Ack. I keep messing up this bit of my crochet
As
here.
a prosecutor, I never asked a victim or a witness, are you a Republican or a Democrat? The only thing I ever asked them, are you okay? And that's the kind of president we need right now. Someone who cares about you and is not putting themselves first. I intend to be a president for all Americans and focus on investing right now in you, the American people. And we can chart a new way forward.
And
Kamala Harris.
also I probably I won't have the stream up for the whole time for this. So that's why I posted the link. So yeah.
The one thing Kamala Harris has always
Ooh,
been
they have t-shirts.
fearless. As a prosecutor, she put murderers and abusers behind bars. As California's attorney general, she went after the big banks and won $20 billion for homeowners. And as vice president, she took on the big drug companies to cap the cost of insulin for seniors. Because Kamala Harris has always known who she represents.
This campaign is about who we fight for. We believe in a future where every person
Back. Wow, the chat on that stream is. I know. I was just gonna leave it up. Like normally, I just turn off the chat, but I'm just gonna leave it up for now. So, but yeah, I'm not surprised. Will Wheaton has been advertising this all day, and so I'm sure it's been all over Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, and all that stuff too. So. Oh, I just was reading that LeVar Burton's going to be on it too. I didn't realize. I didn't see that first time around. I'm like, ooh.
Sometimes life is as much about the lessons you learn as the lessons you teach. When I grew up, community was a way of life. My high school class was 24 people. I was related to half of them. I learned to be generous towards my neighbors, compromise without compromising my values, and work for the common good. My dad was in the Army, and with his encouragement, I joined the Army National Guard when I was 17. I served for 24 years. I used my GI benefits to go to college and become a public school teacher. I coached football, taught social studies for 20 years. And I tried to teach my students what small-town Nebraska taught me: respect, compromise, service to country. And so when I went into government, that's what I carried with me. I worked with Republicans to pass an infrastructure bill, cut taxes for working families, signed paid leave into law. I codified abortion rights after Roe got overturned. Because I go to work for the common good. But enough about me. Let's talk about you. Because that's what this election is about. It's about your future. It's about your family. And Vice President Harris knows that. She too grew up in a middle-class family. She too goes to work every day making sure families can not just get by, but get ahead. We believe in the promise of America, in those values I learned in Nebraska, and we're ready to fight for them. Because as Kamala Harris says, when we fight, we win.
I sure hope so. How y'all doing over there, huh?
In this election, we each face a question. What kind of country do we want to live in? There are some people who think we should be a country of chaos, of fear, of hate. But us, we choose something different. We choose freedom.
I know. I think that question she poses, and you know, she's been posing to people, is a really good question. It's like, who do we want to be?
But get ahead.
You know,
The freedom to be safe from gun violence.
I think wish more people would ask them of themselves.
Future where no child lives in poverty, where we can all afford health care, where no one is above the law. We believe in the promise of America, and we're ready to fight for it. Because when we fight, we win. So join us. Go to KamalaHarris.com and let's get to work.
I'ma keep on running 'cause a winner don't quit on themselves.
Is the sound still okay? I mean, I'll probably turn it up a little bit more when they get going, but Okay, great. Shh. Okay, I'm gonna have this song in my head for like a week now. Rise up. Rise up. Yay! Woo, exciting. All right, folks, I'm going to turn my mic off while this is on. And so, but we'll be in the chat. Oh, and let me know in the chat if I need to turn things up or whatever. It sounds loud in my ears, but I know it sounds different for you guys, so. And I'll be logging off at 9. But this is supposed to be a 2-hour event, so like I said, if anybody needs the link, let me know. Okay, maybe it's not that shortly. I'll keep my mic on until then. Ah. See my crochet. Oh, nope, not quite yet. Actually, maybe I'll just stay on for the whole time. We can just hang out and chat. I mean, it's not like I'm doing anything else tonight. So. Okay. They have a geeky to-do list at geeksforharris.org, so I'm posting that in the chat. Whoops. Nope, that's not gonna work. Alright. Keyboard. So, they have a website. It's, geeksforharris.org/take action. Yeah, so they have that website up in the posted in the live chat. So, well, you can also see it on the screen. But that one you can click on. The one on the chat you can click on. Let's see. Oh no! Oh, phew. I was panicked there for a second. My the player on my mod screen went out for a second there, and I'm like, oh no. But obviously I didn't go out because you didn't say anything to me, so that's good. I should probably change my... Actually, let me change my, Alright. I also updated my thing, so hopefully... Here we go! Here we go! Here we go! Hee hee! Alright, I'm turning off my mic.
Guidance is internal. 12, 11. 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour.
All right, all you cosmic crusaders, let's take a quick tick-tock to gaze up at the night sky and think about where we want this marble-shaped spaceship to head to next. Black holes of chaos and asteroid fields of absurdity. With Individual One on the scene, these past few years have been like riding a cosmic storm in a rickety spaceship. But fear not, space cadets, because I think it's high time we reboot this journey and head for a galaxy where the planets align in our favor. Enter Kamala Harris, a guiding star with the wisdom of a seasoned astronaut and the courage of an interstellar explorer. She isn't just another name in the constellation of politics. She's a celestial badass ready to navigate us through the space debris of division. And Tim Walz, the intergalactic hero we didn't know we needed, but now can't imagine being without. With a steady hand and unshakable resolve, he's a tested leader who's known to stand on business with a demeanor that's cooler than a Martian winter. Harris, the fearless starship captain, and Walz, her reliable right-hand man. Together, they're not just a dynamic duo. They're the galaxy's answer to making sure America stays on course towards unity and progress. This is more than just a campaign. This is more than just a vote. This is a movement fueled by your determination and unwavering commitment to the values that make our republic whole. Assemble, all of you geeks, nerds, wonks, and wizards. This is your moment to be the change. To be the hero that you've always known yourself to be. In a world where hope battles against uncertainty. The time is now. The choice is clear. The future is calling. Welcome to Geeks and Nerds for Harris. Please welcome your host, Linda Carter.
Rise up, rise up.
Good evening and welcome to Geeks and Nerds for Harris. I am Linda Carter, and I'm thrilled to be here to support our brilliant Vice President Kamala Harris. We are here tonight for duty, for our country, for our freedoms, for justice, equality, and community. That is why I am here with you today. That, and to share the joy and hope with people I adore, the geeks and the nerds of America. It's a curious club of kooky collaborators coming together for Kamala Harris. That's why we need you to rise up and defend our democracy by getting out the vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Tonight, we'll be joined by dozens of geek and nerd icons, from TV's greatest legends to America's renowned astronauts. Now, first things first, this isn't your usual fundraiser. It's an epic quest, the battle of the fandoms. Our teams tonight are Earth heroes and space explorers. Now, I'd like to introduce you to our team captains. Little correspondent Lindy Lee and our startup founder Wasim Daher, who will break down the rules of the game. Lindy and Wasim.
Thank you, Linda. Can I first say, wow, what a show we have for you tonight. It's not surprising to me that Wonder Woman was behind all of this because it really did take a superhero to assemble. So thank you, Linda, Sabrina, Jess, and the team for making this happen. And to our audience, thank you all tonight for showing up. This does not work without all of us here. Tonight is a night to show off the power of geeks and nerds and how loud our voice can be when we rally around something. We all know how critical this election is. There are lots of ways to get involved, and we're going to be reviewing a bunch of those tonight. But one very effective way is to contribute with your dollars. And as Linda said, we're going to do something a little bit different tonight. Rather than just trying to make the number go up, we're lovingly pitting some of our favorite fandoms against one another to see who can raise the most money. So I'm Wasim Daher. I'm representing Team Space Explorers. So if you're a fan of Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, or any adventures that take you across the galaxy, I'm your guy for tonight. And now let me turn it over to my esteemed co-correspondent and fierce competitor for tonight, Lindy and her team. Lindy, over to you.
Hi guys, it's such an honor to be with you, and Linda Carter, you are my childhood hero. This is a dream come true. A month ago, if you had told me that I would be here tonight, I would be stunned and I would not believe you. Wasim, my co-captain here, it's really been such a pleasure getting to know you throughout all this. And as he mentioned, I am the captain for Earth Heroes. And what does that mean? If you are a fan of Supernatural, and I know you are, I know a lot of you are, I see you guys in the comments, Supernatural, The Boys, Lord of the Rings, or our very own Wonder Woman, or other stories set on Earth, make sure that you hit the Earth Heroes button. I'm the person for you. We are gonna crush this and do everything we can to save democracy. You'll find the links that you need at geeks.forharris.com. We'll also put it in the live stream chat and give you everything that you need. And I also just want to emphasize, yes, we've had an avalanche of money coming in. But you know what? Trump and his cronies are going to spend billions of dollars through their dark money and super PACs trying to bury Harris in our republic. We're not going to let that happen, right? All right. Well, thank you so much, Linda and Megan. Back to you.
Thank you both so much. I'm going to try and stay neutral, but oh my gosh, where's that dog? Oh, he's cute. This is going to be a Zoom fundraiser unlike any other you've seen, so be sure to stay tuned until 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll be announcing the winner. And remember, every dollar and every voice counts, so don't be afraid to send us a tweet at Geeks for Harris, letting us know which team you're supporting. Now, as I said, I'm going to be neutral, and I must say that many of the folks that have worked on this are going to be, myself included, are going to be saying which teams, no, I'm kidding. We're going to be giving our money, each of us are going to be giving our own money to equal teams. How's that? Now, I'd like to turn the floor over to our first guest, who is a self-professed comic book nerd. When this member of Congress took the oath of office, oh my goodness, he was sworn in on 2 documents that mean everything to him. The U.S. Constitution and the very first issue of Superman. Geeks and Nerds, please welcome Congressman Robert Garcia, the chair of the Popular Arts Caucus. Bienvenidos.
Hey everyone, it is such, first of all, an honor to be with all of you. I'm so happy to be with all of you. As the chair of the Congressional Popular Arts Caucus and the founder, because I love comics and I'm a nerd, but also to be introduced by my Wonder Woman. I'm just so honored to be with all of you, and she, of course, is a legend to all of us. So a couple things that are really important about tonight. First of all, we're all geeks. We're all nerds. I'm a proud nerd in Congress. I just got elected. I'm a freshman Democrat. I'm president of the freshman class of 37 Democrats in Congress. And I'm also a proud co-chair of the Harris-Walz campaign for president and vice president. And so I serve in the leadership team that is helping guide this campaign, and we cannot thank you all enough for being a part of tonight, for donating and supporting the next president of the United States. But let's be also crystal clear as to why we're here. We know that as geeks and nerds, we naturally are progressive people. We're humanists. We like people. We believe in science. We love each other. And that's something that geeks and nerds have in common.